Hello everybody, this is Craig Thenaturalmedic and I am at Tsankawi, which is part of Bandelier National Monument. Might not be pronouncing that correctly, but that's what I was told local pronunciation is. If you know different pronunciation, let me know. And checking out these first set of petroglyphs right here. Very cool. They are kind of in a place where they can get a lot of weathering, so they look a little rough and not as distinct as some of the other ones you may have seen in other videos, but pretty cool. So we're gonna go check out this loop trail here and see the rest of this site. Hope you'll join me. So this is the Pueblo that was up here. This is the Central Plaza area. They have closed it off due to looting and things like that, even though it's still protected as a national park. You can see right here on these rocks there's some fragments of pottery here. Those were already here when I got here. Pretty much if you find stuff like this, leave it where it lies is kind of the general idea. It's okay to look at it, handle it, but don't just pick it up and move it from its place or put it in your pocket. Traditionally, the native people say that if you do that, you're taking the spirits of their ancestors with you and you could be cursed. All right, so coming down the ladder here from the Pueblo area, you can see a number of caves. Eric was just telling me that there's little pock marks where they used to put poles up and have a shade structure. I imagine with animal skins or debris to block the wind or the sun so they can take shelter. Pretty neat. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up. Remember that parks are here for you in the future, so protect them. Thanks. Imagine this being your daily commute, going up the ladder here. That could have been your life several hundred years ago. You can see some footpaths that have since broken off at the bottom, but some go up where the ladder top is. No escalator. Here we're going down, because there's the ladder up here, and there's shelters right here. These are similar cave shelters to what you would see in the main park. Definitely would be quite a bit cooler in there. Did they carve these out, or were they like that?
I think they, most of the time, would find a good hole. There's a lot of bubbles and stuff. Then they would carve it out to enlarge it, make shelves and things.
So there was a basic kind of structure, and then the native people would carve it open, as Eric was saying, to make it a little bit more homey. I'm inside one of these caves, and this one's very echoey, so hopefully you can hear me okay. But this one has a little kind of alcove over here. You can look into it. It'd be hard to crawl into that. I don't know if that was maybe a storage area for food, a kid's bedroom, who knows. Pretty neat. And of course they smoked out all of the ceilings. We were discussing that to add maybe some structural soundness to the inside of the cave. And then they used kind of a plaster, kind of like they do adobe houses for, you know, strengthening and also insulation, etc. It appears that there's some glyphs right here. It's hard to see if they're authentic glyphs. I'm not sure, but there are some handprints right here. And luckily, look at that. My hand fits right in it. If you look out this little porthole, you can see Santa Fe Baldy with a snow cap and the Santa Fe ski hill still through the snow. Pretty crazy. Kind of more of the same here, but a really cool little set of almost like apartments of caves. And there's probably, I don't know, half a dozen or more caves right here to check out. Pretty neat. Okay, we got some more glyphs. Lots of spirals and different things up there. Pretty cool. So, different angle here. You got lines there with an arrow, so it's kind of showing maybe directions, spirals, all kinds of cool things. Got some really cool petroglyphs right here. All right. Makes perfect sense. The ones that are older have lichen and moss and stuff growing on them. Some of these might be a little questionable, but there's interesting little human figures over here. Not being critical of the people that did this, but they look kind of like 5-year-old type drawings. All of these, it kind of reminds me of those stick figures you put on the back of your car that lets you brag about whatever. So that's kind of what I was thinking. But very cool. Hello, I'm Robin Leach. And this is Lifestyles of the Rich and maybe not so famous. We have a little cave dwelling right here. And look at this. They had a patio area. Beautiful, authentic, rustic. These little caves are just everywhere on the side of this rock. You can see there's some footholds right there. We were just discussing whether they made those and then over time they just become more worn, or they were just by using them. Who knows? You've got lots of little caves all up and down this hillside here that were occupied at some time, I would imagine, by indigenous people. There's some more up here on top of this higher ridge that kind of circles around here and there. Some probably were used as housing, some maybe for storage, some maybe for nothing. Who knows? But I find it very fascinating. That pretty much sums up this video here. Hope you enjoyed seeing the sights. And if you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and think about subscribing to the channel for future content. Till next time, I'll see you on the trail.